with another Men Walk and Talk. Now, this one is an oldie, probably my fourth or maybe fifth Men Walk and Talk. But this one has some valuable lessons that I would love to talk about and just share. And it was also shot by Keith Pretty Shimon. And he's got a lot of stuff on YouTube, Instagram, and he was also the first professional Michael Jackson impersonator and an associate of him as well. But yeah, this group, we men need some white people up in this group, and I'll explain why. Enjoy the video, and I'll see you guys when you come back.
Today's walk and talk is going to be in Vauxhall Park. Just done our check-in in the pouring rain in Vauxhall Park. Now we are heading to a more sheltered environment to do our exercise program, Tai Chi with Drew.
We did some boom stick qigong, which is qigong is energy cultivation, cultivating the energy in the body. Some warm-up exercises. Then we got our staffs or our scarves, and the movements are very good for just keeping all the parts of your body nice and supple. You know, these are just basic things that we want to keep our bodies healthy for. It's about mobility and longevity.
And you the person in front
The movement part of it was really good, connection with our body, understanding how much tension is within our body. And we also touched up on the issue of, forgiveness. Do you have to forgive to be healthy? It's always such a pleasure to be here on the Walk and Talk.
Today's walking talking, it's great. I love it because the first session it's gym and relaxation and everything. Even I try to do even more than that, but time is limited, so I enjoy it. I love it.
kind of like this. I just go 30 seconds.
Poured with rain, it was wet. But guess what? We powered on, right? And it was excellent as always. But guess what? Weather, we came, we saw, we conquered. Brilliant.
Today's Walk and Talk, it's just so engaging. It's a great resource that you stand there, you listen, you share, you don't share. It's really good. It allows you to question yourself and other people. And sometimes you get answers for yourself, sometimes you don't.
Today's walk and talk was necessary. I wasn't feeling too well when I came, but having gone through the experience, I'm glad I did come.
And very interesting day, very open day. We had a Qigong done by Drew Sinclair, fantastic children's session to set it up for the rest of the day. We worked on trust, we worked on forgiveness, we worked on hugging for 30 seconds. What does it feel like to hug someone for 30 seconds? It's been, again, another awesome day. Despite the rain, the turnout was very good. So, and it's now finished on a sunshiny, warm, cloudy day. But anyway, it's been a fantastic day. And again, thank you guys. And we're not here next week. We're here the week after. So thank you again. Bye.
So it really was a rainy morning. It was coming down hard. And I really didn't expect much men to show up. But I was surprised. It was, a lot of members showed up. And I think because, you know, how important, the group is and the importance of what we get out of it. But yeah, that was, interesting that people actually got up with second thoughts like, it's too wet, it's too cold, but you know what? I need this. I need to be here. I need to get my mind right. You know, be involved in the different discussions that help me grow. Not just myself, but also talking to the other men. We find that the Tai Chi exercises or yoga that we do before really beneficial. You know, we carry a lot of tension in our bodies, and statistics and research shown that mostly women will actually take charge and manage the stress, but men don't. And yeah, it's just that relief of all that tension we have up in our necks, our back, that afterwards we walk in tall, relaxed, and free to converse and actually open up. Yeah, you know, I really felt really good after that one. Now that trust exercise, where you close your eyes and let someone lead you from behind by touching your shoulders, by pulling for you to stop or pushing for you to go. And now, all the way in the park, it's a very narrow walk path, and to trust a stranger, you know, but it was good because you're learning to, I would say, not investigate, but to explore your trust issues. What it's like to be controlled by someone, you know. Do you trust people around you? Do you walk around seeing everyone as your enemy? What it's like to be vulnerable with someone else, and also to control someone else. You know, have you ever have control in your life before? How it felt to be in control for once, and it was also about forgiveness. What about if that person make a mistake? Do you see it as they're a bad person for making a mistake, or, you know, can you forgive them for that mistake and carry on? Because, you know, we all make mistakes. Yeah. I mean, I know me. I have a narcissistic attitudes at times, so I come across a bit of a narcissist. So being in control was natural for me, but it was hard to give control to somebody else, you know, because, you know, being verbal is not one of my strengths. It's something I'm working on. But yeah, it was quite interesting. Oh, hugging. That was for some very hard. For some guys, they don't hug men, you know. For some guys, they don't really hug. They don't have that kind of connection with people. And to hug for 30 seconds, I know one guy struggled. But now he actually now he hugs when he sees other guys that he knows. He would pull them in for that nice, tight, strong hug, which he would never, he never used to do before. But also it was about not just trust, but as human beings, we need connection. And even that serotonin, really helps with stress. And what it's like to let someone in your personal space. But yeah, now I hug a lot now. And I think it's something that's very important to show that you care, to show that I am open to allow you. Not for everybody, of course not, but especially close people to say, listen, I can hug you. I can hug my daughter. I can hug my son. A lot of people don't really hug their children. I don't know why, but it's very important. People were saying that with that hug, they felt validated, they felt accepted for who they are. So it goes psychologically more deeper than just, that's physiological contact. I accept you. I see you. No judgment. Empathy. Congruence. Unconditional positive regard. But yeah. Now the funny thing what I noticed was while we were doing the Tai Chi, we were on a street that is partition off. It's a no through traffic. So there's bollards. And because it was raining, we were on that street under the bridge. And what we did was we were in the street and partially on the pavement, but we made sure that there was space behind us and also on the other pavement for people to pass. Now, it was kind of weird because this is Vauxhall and there's a lot of Asian people. And on Sunday, people walking with animals. And this is what I noticed. Other passers passing by who, to me, was Japanese. They really respected the space. They walked on the pavement. Some, and a lot of them actually looked and went and actually, smiled. And it was different. And treat the space with respect. But also, dog owners, the dogs were attracted to the group, to the circle. And, they were trying to drag their owners over to the circle. And a lot of owners said that how they were surprised because they said, my dog don't behave like this. My dog don't like strangers. And we don't understand why the dog is trying to be with you guys. So maybe something positive in the group that we're doing is attracting animals. I don't know. I'm not an animal expert or a dog whisperer. But also the same thing went for special needs children and young people. And not just that day, but also other times in the park. We seem to attract special needs children and teenagers. There's something, again, that's attracting them. And I don't know what it is. Maybe you guys can explain. I said we need white people, white men, because this Men Walk and Talk is called Men Walk and Talk. It's not a black group, It's not a men of color group. Now, we do have some members who are white, and one or two don't attend at times because they're busy. I understand that. But there's others who feel not accepted in the circle or fear of conversation in the circle because they are white and majority are black, which I find weird because they want to just hang out, maybe have something to drink and just talk crap because I want to say crap, but just shoot the breeze because they had enough in the week. work and that kind of stuff. And it's just, they want to hang out, have some croissants and have a coffee. And they find that the conversations in the group sometimes are too deep, and sometimes it hit racial issues. Now, we will have topics, specific topics in the group to explore. But what the men talk about and what they bring up is real for them, is what's happening in their real life. So if, you know, some men are experiencing racism, it will come up because this is real life. Now, we cannot say, don't talk about racism. Don't talk about, you know, there's no subject off the limit. You know, it's a space to be vulnerable and to be yourself. And people will go off and have their separate conversations, right? As we walk in, wherever we are and stuff like that. But the reason I said that, you know, we need white men not to be afraid and to be in the group is that we can hear a different perspective on different topics. Because what you find is that men of color, you hear in their perspectives, but it would be nice to hear from a different social background, different race. You know, for example, I'm a Muslim. I speak to, in the group, men who are of different religion, of different sexuality. You know, I have deep conversations with men who are from the LGBT community. Normally, would you see me sitting down at a table having, you know, a laugh, a deep conversation with someone who is from that community? Not really, because how am I going to be interacting with them, you know, unless I'm at uni, maybe, which is not at a deep level, at a gym, you know, I'm spotting you, you know. So it's not myself getting to understand their perspective. I don't understand what is their thought process of me being a Muslim, and then they can understand my perspective of being a Muslim, my perspective of what my religion is. And sometimes we agree to disagree because we are individuals and we come from different backgrounds and our beliefs are different, but there's no hatred, right? So this is why I said we need men from other different social background, race, because it would be nice to hear from a Chinese person, nice to hear from an Indian person, it would be nice to hear from a white person, you know. And we do have different social classes in the group so far, but again, it's because of they are men of color. And there's one white guy in the group. My hats go off to you because this guy, he goes in deep, and I love that sometimes he brings his son, because his son is in the police force, and he is a mixed race guy, and he comes, you know, he gave us his perspective of what it's like being a man of color in the force, you know. And it's all these different perspectives that we don't know, that we assume we know, and then we find out that, you know what, there's a lot of information there that opens up our eyes to, like, oh, okay, so, you know, even you as a white person, you face racism because you are married to a black woman, you know, or you're scared for your child because your child is of color, and you're worried that maybe he will face racism, you know. So it's all this perspective we need in a group. So yeah, white men, get your backside to Men Walk and Talk. We need you. What I love was the end of the session, the end of the afternoon, or I should say the beginning of the afternoon. It started off with a cloudy, dark, cold day, and it ended with sunshine, warmth, and all the animals coming out in the park, squirrels, the elderly people feeding the squirrels and interacting with us. And it just reminds me of sometimes our journey in life. You know, sometimes we have to go through some dark situations to come out on the bright side. It's like, you know, you have to go through a tunnel and there's a light at the end of the tunnel. So the journey sometimes can be dark, it can be depressive, but we have to endure, work through it, and then to see the light at the end of it. But yeah, I would see you guys on the next one. And now the next one is going to be on the Thames River, and it'll be in 2 parts. So we have walked down the Thames River down to St. Thomas Hospital, to Westminster, and we ended the night. One guy in the group has his birthday, and a few of us ended the night. It was still Men Walk and Talk, but a selected few on a moored boat, and we just celebrated through the night, you know, next to the London Eye. So I'll come back with that one, and also yeah, I'll also take a look at when the guys went to the Leighton Museum, the Design Museum, and apparently they had a blast from the past. So Masalama, God bless, bless up, laters, and I'll see you guys on the next one. And just a reminder, this comes also from Cares for Carers, who has helped this thing started. It's a brand, we are a branch off of them, and my hat goes off to Paula Bryan for everything she's done, getting this thing started off with Shaka, the facilitator, and helping us with the funding, and yeah. So don't forget, if you got anyone or know anyone who care for someone and need some help, you can contact us. In the description, you will see the website and stuff, and we provide relaxation sessions, gym sessions, and 1 day a week for people who care for loved ones. And come and get a massage, come and do a functional class, come and do a workshop. Yeah, and it's free. And when I say free, there are donations, like, you know, that we expect, like say £1 to use a gym, maybe £3 for a massage, which is, come on, normally, you know, you're paying like 40 quid for a massage, and you get massaged by a professional. And also, I myself is a health check project worker, so I'll for free, don't charge you for that, we will do your blood pressure checks, blood pressure and your BMI. And we have saved a few lives who did not know that they had high blood pressure, and apparently it was, you know, potential stroke in the near future. So again, see you on the next Men Walk and Talk. And if you guys need any help and you care for someone, hook us up, call us up, Care for Carers, and see you guys in the next one.